It's now my great pleasure and honor to present the President's Award to David Benjamin. Before I share with you a piece that I think you'll really enjoy about David, I'd like to just highlight a little bit about some of David's contributions and put things in context for you. Varsity college tennis has come a very long way because of David Benjamin, since the days of the people of my generation and people who preceded me played. It's a very different world. We really only had one season. That was the spring season. We practiced outside for a couple of months, but there were no competitions with other schools in the fall. And in the winter, it was really the same, but the practices were far and few between. At Northwestern, we pretty much practiced with one another late at night on a wooden basketball floor when we could get it. And the only tournament we had in the Big Ten was the conference championships, and if we were lucky enough, the NCAA championships. Now fast forward to today. It's a whole different world of varsity college tennis. An incredibly rich experience, replete with exciting tournaments, fierce competition, awards for players and coaches, a summer circuit, campus showdowns, kids' days, and a governing body that is the watchdog of varsity college tennis. And the reason that varsity tennis has been transformed is because of the ITA and the vision and passion of its executive director, David Benjamin, over the past 3 decades. Today, the ITA is both the conscience and the voice of varsity college tennis. It advocates and fights for college tennis. And as the governing body of college tennis, it organizes the tournaments that collegiate players play in, it bestows the awards that the coaches and the players receive, and perhaps most importantly, it helps educate our coaches on a host of best practices, including how to safeguard their varsity programs. The USTA could not have a better and more talented strategic partner than David Benjamin and the ITA. And David, great thanks to you and the ITA for your tremendous support of our sport, and certainly hearty congratulations on your well-deserved recognition. And now, let's take a look at the screen. David has been an incredible volunteer. For 3 decades, he has shared his vision, his insights, his wisdom with us so selflessly and has made such a difference.
He's been a prophetic voice for the values of tennis and education. He's been an ambassador, and he's really been a Pied Piper for everything that we love about our sport.
We're very lucky in the world of tennis that a man like David Benjamin is in tennis. I mean, he could do what he's doing for any number of things. He's so intelligent.
My doctoral degree was from Harvard, and the PhD was in the history of American civilization. And my PhD, the thesis was on the life and death of the mythic hero and the works of John D. MacDonald.
He could be a CEO of a major company. He's got an entrepreneurial spirit, and he chose the coaching profession and the teaching profession, and all of us are better off for it.
Everyone on the Princeton team for decades, even to this day, is very thankful for the time that he invested in us.
In deciding that I wanted to coach rather than teach academically, I felt that in some ways that gave me a chance to really be more of an educator and have a greater influence intellectually as well as athletically.
He actually built the ITA over the years of his dedication and commitment to collegiate tennis and education.
When he first became involved with the ITA, it was a set of, I think, around 20 Division I men's coaches, and now it's 1,700 coaches. We oversee 15 to 20,000 student athletes in all divisions, NCAA Division I, II, III, NAIA, and junior college. men, women.
Well, David's been a great partner during the time that I worked with him in my capacity at the NCAA, starting out with a championship that included 16 to 20 teams on the men's and women's side, to expanding that to its present-day format with a 64-team bracket for the men and the women, and bringing the men and the women together at a common site for the championship, which has been terrific for the sport.
All of these events are USTA events. There are 8,000 people playing in the regional events, and the championships involve hundreds and hundreds of men and women student athletes.
There are only about 15,000 varsity tennis players in this country, and there are about 285,000 who played varsity high school. David was a great champion of a non-varsity competition between universities. The last time they had 64 different universities who sent players. This is a very popular activity now. It's helped to spawn more on-campus leagues and play.
He's remarkable. Very, very smart man, very warm and friendly. I think we're lucky to have him in this effort for the USTA.
His actual style might be calm and cerebral, but he's actually burning with fire for what tennis and education can do in America.
He's an educator. He's a mentor. He's a visionary. And we are so fortunate to have David Benjamin in our sport. Without him, collegiate varsity tennis would not be the same.
I have worked hard and tried hard to make a difference. I look at the award as an encouragement to try to do more and do it better.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming David Benjamin to the stage.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. I'd like to thank the USTA and John Vigozin and the awards committee for this award. It's a very, very humbling experience, and as Nancy just said, I'm much more used to giving out awards than receiving awards, and very, very proud to be among the truly extraordinary individuals who have received this award in the past years. I'd also like to thank a very good friend of mine, Hunter de la Tour, who is the 36th president of the USTA, and who invited me in 1984 to come to Scottsdale to talk to the board of directors of the USTA and to discuss what college tennis was all about in ways that possibly the USTA could get re-involved with college tennis. And thanks to many presidents since then and many boards of directors and staff, and particularly the extraordinary efforts made by John Vigozin, we have a great partnership with USTA, and it's growing exponentially year after year. And I'd like to, in closing, accept this award, and thank everyone for giving me this award. On behalf of all of the varsity tennis players over the last 3 decades, about 300,000 student athletes, and tens of thousands of varsity coaches who have made the sport so special for all of their players, and all of their players have made tennis so special for our country. Thank you very much.
And of course, David joins a long list of very impressive people, including Billie Jean King, the Bryan brothers, the mayor, who have won this very prestigious award.